You know what, I'm gonna move us into the gamer couch one real quick. Now you want to pick up? Okay. That's lame.
What?
Hold on. Just do this. Okay. So hopefully this will work, and then there we go. There we go. Now we are live. Now we're live and everything is ready. Oh yes, yeah. Bringing back the old Extinction level gaming like you wanted, sir. But yeah, how you been, man? It's been a while since you actually been on the show.
It's been a long time, man. Oh man, I don't remember when. Oh, it's had to been 3 years.
Something like that, because I stopped like the show about almost 2 years now. Yeah,
I think
two, 3 years
it
ago.
might have been longer, maybe 4, close to 4 years.
Yeah, and you were, and I almost had you as like a mainstay on this show too.
Yeah, that would have been nice. I just feel like it just feels like it gets a little congested with doing these so often.
Yeah, well, since it's probably just gonna be me and you, because I don't feel like doing gaming news again. It's just gonna be us with this show.
So be it. Nobody better. Nobody better.
Oh yeah. So you want to get into those topics, man?
Yeah. I really want to touch on Fallout, man, and giving really my point of view on where I stand, because I never played Fallout 76 until recently, which we had our own private conversation about. But I mean, after the release of the show, man, I did some research, and Fallout Shelter has made an extreme amount of money.
I mean, you have to think about it. It is a mobile game, so it's gonna make a lot of money, my dude.
They said on the first day after the show came out that Fallout Shelter topped out at $80,000 in revenue, just that one day, and it's been steady ever since that one day since the show has came out.
You know, not gonna lie, since I watched the show, I actually went back to go play that on my phone, and it's fun, but you could tell that they're missing a lot. Like, there's not really a lot to go back to, so it's just kind of like you go back, like you can restart a vault, but like, is it really worth it? Because late game, kind of, there's nothing really to do once you have everything, you know.
Yeah, like I did play Fallout Shelter, and I went back after I watched the show too, because I was like, maybe there's something I'm missing, and no, there's really nothing you're missing at the end of the Fallout Shelter. At least, there's not much to do.
Compared to like the actual games, like that's on computer and like consoles, those hold up. There's a lot to do.
Yeah,
you can go back and play those and get different endings. So much.
Yeah, and that's the crazy part is how much because I play on the Xbox, the new gen, pretty often too, and all the Fallout games, because they're on the Game Pass for Xbox. I'm not sure if they're on the PlayStation one, but on the Xbox they're on the Game Pass, and Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 4, and Fallout 76 became the top most downloaded game on the Xbox.
Did you not see the Steam charts? They were nearly on top of the Steam charts, like I think like 5th, 4th, I think like 8th place, like all on the top, like what was being most sold.
Yeah, it's crazy how it's made such a big surge, and there's a lot of the people that were like the OGs to Fallout, like you and I. I mean, granted, I played the older ones when I was a lot younger, but I feel like now it's just there's so many more people that are playing. I read something that the first weekend on Fallout 76 after the show came out, there was 167,000 concurrent players.
And
Like that
you
was
were
the
you were one of them too, because you told me
I
you bought
was
the
one of
game.
Yeah. I just,
uh,
oh man, I played it for a bit, and I mean, I fell into the trap of exactly what you were saying. It's just not meant to be a co-op kind of open world. Like, I feel like they try to copy and paste Elder Scrolls and do it with Fallout, if that makes any sense.
yeah. Also, just so you know, I sent you the link to the stream, so in case you want to interact with the chat, go ahead.
Okay.
But yeah, when I saw that you bought Fallout 76, I was just like internally screaming like, why would you waste your money? Why would you spend your money on that? Because
Yeah,
for my own experience, I did not like the game. I could not play more than an hour of it. It was so boring because like just like the side quests weren't that great, and also there wasn't any personality to any of the side characters really.
yeah, that's what I came to realize. Like, you know, it's fun. Like, 'cause I was able to play. Like, you can play with a pretty big, like, team. I think you can play with like 4 to 5 people or more. I think, but you know, like it's fun. But I was thinking like, oh hey, yeah, like everyone's gonna group up. Like we can, you know, I was like, I got to do my story, and my friend's about to start the beginning of his. I was like, oh yeah, we'll probably just be able to do them together. But no, everything has to be done separately. So me and him are on the exact same quest line, doing the exact same storyline. Everything's the exact same, but every interaction I do doesn't count for him. So we have to double the interactions. So
Yes.
I have to go talk to somebody, and I have to go into a building where it gives me kind of a cutscene. Well, he's in the building with me, but he doesn't it doesn't happen for him. We have to get out the building, go back into the building, and then he can do his cutscene on his own. It rubbed me the wrong way. I tried giving it a chance, man, and it just.
Yeah, did you also complain about the monetization too? That it was also pretty bad.
Oh, everything is so bad in that game, man. Like I was just trying to set my base up, and I was like, okay, you know, I got a lot of material. Let's see what I can build. And it's like, oh, you want to build a wall? Oh, it's 1,000 credits to get the blueprint for this wall. What? And like they give you like the most minor like free blueprints, like, but you can't do anything with it. It's like you can set a floor and like a corner of a wall, like, and that's pretty much it. And it's just like a roof. It's so bad, man. And like, oh man, and then like the Fallout First stuff, like their subscription service they had, man, I was like, holy crap, like you don't really get anything for free out of the Fallout First from subscribing. They just give you access to another catalog where guess what you got to do? You got to pay even more money.
Oh no, yeah. I don't know if you ever seen the Internet Historian, but there's a video he did called the Fall of Fallout 76, and one of the things he criticizes is the Atomic Shop where you can buy some of the clothing, and because there was a whole fiasco with with a bag that people were supposed to get when they pre-ordered the super deluxe edition or the collector's edition, I believe it was, where you're supposed to get like a fucking premium type of bag. And they did, and so in return of that, because they didn't give the people the bag, they gave them like I want to say like a 500 atoms for the shop, right? And you couldn't even afford anything with that. So, and plus when you try to buy those microtransactions too, it gives you less compared to what you can actually buy from the shop, so it forces you to go buy more.
Well, yeah, dude, I bought the deluxe edition because it was on sale, and it came with, I don't know how many. I think I had 1,000 credits and like a living whopping shit ton of atoms.
And it didn't last.
Dude, it doesn't last. I got like 2 things, like literally, I got 2 things. It did nothing for me, and I started to realize it's just I don't know. And then
it's just crap. You can't build shit without those atoms.
You can't do anything, man. And then I don't know how I felt about the class system, like picking out your, like when you fresh get out the vault, you know, it tells you to pick what kind of play style you want to play. Are you like a a gunslinger, or you like you can. I think the gunslinger gives you like a rifle. Like you get like a few automatic rifles, and then there's one where you can get like a baseball bat. I don't know how I really felt about that.
Hmm. How many hours did you put into the game?
Oh, I think I played it for probably a week straight, and then I just said no.
You
Like
already sunk too
I
much.
was,
You already sunk too much time into that game. Mm.
yeah, I said enough's enough, man. It was so bad. I think it was more of the nostalgia getting to me, like wanting it to be good.
Yeah. Well,
But
you know what's funny? After the Fallout show dropped, I saw a lot of people going back to Fallout 76 and claiming it was good. I was just like, huh? Like, are you smoking something, sir?
dude,
Like,
I've seen so many people on Twitter talking about how Fallout 76 was like oh everybody should go back to this game. You know, it's like just giving it so much praise, and I'm like, dude, this game is like it's terrible. It's shit. Like it's just not a good game.
yeah. Well, I think that's kind of what hype does to you. Like, you kind of forget what something was actually like until you actually go back to it. And I think with the hype of the Fallout show, it just kind of rekindled people's nostalgia for it, because we haven't had a game for a long time since Fallout 76 released, and that was like what, back in like 2019, 2020, something like that.
I think it was 2019, yeah. And see, but I'm glad this nostalgia trip is bringing people back to the older games like New Vegas, which was the first one I played. And I mean, on the Xbox store, Fallout New Vegas is I think the number 2 played game on Xbox right now, aside from I think Rainbow Six Siege is the top game. But to see a game like Fallout New Vegas, that's an Xbox 360 game that came out in 2010, getting that many players and getting that many people buying the game and downloading the game is crazy.
I mean, to be fair, that game does hold up. So, and a lot of people do love it and still buy it on Steam today. So, not that far fetched to like believe that it will do good.
Well, yeah, but like I'm talking about the new players, like people that had
Yeah.
never played Fallout New Vegas, or maybe their first Fallout was 4 or 76, and you know they're like, oh man, like there's so many people that are playing New Vegas, and like that. I think that's super cool, and I'm glad that people that aren't on PC that are on console are able to play the older games like that still because of the backwards compatibility. I think that's
Yeah.
so cool, man.
Yeah. Well, I I think it's I think those games are the older ones, like Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, are really dated. Like, those graphics do not hold up whatsoever.
No, not at all. Not at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
I got on New Vegas and I was like, holy crap.
This
I
used to
remember
look a
being
lot better in my head back in the day.
yeah, no, it's exactly what I was telling myself. I was like, I remember being a kid thinking this game is the shit. Like, this is top of the top right now. Like, holy crap, my dad just paid $50 for this, man. Like, hell yeah. And I got back on it and I was like, holy crap. Like, I used to play this every day. It's so, looks like it's in like 32-bit.
Try playing it on an original PS3 or 360.
Oh, God.
The frame rates were so terrible back then.
You're playing at like 15 frames, probably, knowing
Practically.
those consoles.
Oh,
Oh,
well, my experience was actually different. I didn't start off with New Vegas. I actually started with Fallout 4, funny enough. And the thing that's interesting about that is that was a game that kind of split the fan base from like the older. Well, it was already split from Fallout 2 to Fallout 3 technically, but Fallout 4 was kind of the one where everybody was just kind of like over Bethesda, that were like part like fans of the originals. So I enjoyed Fallout 4 for what it was, but like going back to that game on PS4, those frame rates, man, I swear to you that some of the like sometimes they go from like 30 to like 0.
oh, I can't even imagine. Like, I can't remember because I don't have the console to remember, but I can very much believe if you did something big in that game, like a big fight, big gunfight. Oh man, the frame drop is just probably terrible. Just it was probably so bad.
Yeah. Well, the thing I like to do in that game was the base building, and thank God they didn't do the microtransactions with that in that game. I would have been pissed. But when I was building my bases, I would always like you put so much stuff down, and that would always tank the frame rates too. So whenever you'd spawn in the base, it'd take like almost like 2 seconds to fully load in.
I do remember that. I remember you had a massive base on Fallout 4, like an
Yes.
extremely huge base on Fallout 4, like, and you would continue to just expand it, like you were like the Roman Empire in Fallout 4.
Yeah, you could be practically.
See, but
Well,
here's what I was saying about the player count. So Fallout 4 is currently at 170,000 concurrent players as of the end of April,
oh
April
yeah,
25th.
that was so crazy to see, because like I did not expect that many new people to go back to that game or like to even try it out.
Yeah, and so 76 right now is at it peaked at 73 and right now it's at 60,000. And Fallout New Vegas has 40,000 concurrent players. And even Fallout 3, a game from 2008, is at 11,000 concurrent players, man. That is crazy.
I think that's just the power of like what the show managed to do for the game. Because like I think like if the show wasn't popular enough, I don't think we would have seen like this many people go back to the game or even try it out. I think the same thing happened to The Last of Us when that came out. Because like I don't know if you were there for the hype, but like that show was insanely hyped and it was pretty good. It was like beat for the game, but like I think that like still made a lot of people go back to it.
Yeah, I did like the show. I really did like the Last of Us show, but I feel like I don't know, man. Something with the Fallout show just brought like a whole different.
Oh no,
Just
yeah, I know what you mean. Because like, as someone who didn't really play The Last of Us, like I have it, but like I couldn't finish it off because it got boring after a while. But like I understand people's love for it because it's a good story. But like I think part of my experience with that was like I was already ruined from YouTube because I saw people play it, so there's that. But I think with Fallout, there was just like a lot of different ways to tackle it, and I think it nailed that because like RPGs are just so like it's just all about your choice, really. So with having a show stay linear, it's different based on an RPG, you know.
well, yeah, and I think that,
And
and I think the show really touched to a part of people that had never played the game and just decided to give the show a run and realized like, holy crap, like this looks fun. Like this is a video game. There's a video game about this. Like, because I mean, granted, if you've never played the Fallout games and you played or you just watched the show, I mean, the storyline is it's great. It's such a like intriguing storyline, and then to realize, wait, I can do this as a video game. Like I can be one of the vault dwellers, or do whatever I want, and I think that really touched a whole different community. Especially like I've seen a lot of girls that are starting to play Fallout now.
I mean, the game's always been popular with a lot of different people because like you can't make a girl and a guy character, so there's that. So it can appeal to both people. So I think that's just kind of like the power of RPGs, though. In general, I think that's why you always see a lot more games with a lot more character customization these days.
Yeah.
Even if some games shouldn't have it, like, cough cough, Assassin's Creed.
Oh no. Yeah. I mean.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
I
I think
understand the inclusivity for like especially nowadays with games. With every game, I feel like has to be very very inclusive, which is understandable to a certain extent, like you just said. Like sometimes it's like, okay, well, like why is this necessary?
yeah.
Like
I
I
think
was
that's what makes Fallout just appeal to so many more people because like it just has that feature just like you like anybody can play it. Anybody can create who they want to be in those games. And that's
yeah,
always been
and
that's always what like got me to play RPGs because like I enjoy like I enjoy playing a character I create because I could connect with that, you know.
yeah, and I think Fallout 76 had I think the character customization was really cool. There was a lot of different like aspects that you can touch on from like, I mean everything. Like, I think my guy on Fallout 76 has he's got like a coal mining like face. He's got coal all over his face. I mean, like just like little things like that is like I was like, damn, this is very like super in depth compared to a lot of the other games I played before.
Are you sure you just didn't take a shower with your character, sir?
It's like
Could
no, but
could be all that dirt,
I mean,
my dude.
like I wish Fallout 76 was better than it is. I just it's Bethesda is all I can really say. And for those who know, they know. You know, it's just
You mean Bugthesda, sir?
yeah, yeah. It's just oh man, I don't know how you go from a game like Fallout 4 and then you come out with Fallout 76. How it is, man. It's just. I mean, I think I never gave it a shot because I saw you playing it, and then you were very, very open about your opinion on how much you absolutely hated the game. So I was like, maybe he's right. I won't try it. And then the show kind of pulled me in a little bit more. So like, why not? I'll give it a shot. And I was like, holy crap! I see exactly what he means. This game is absolutely terrible.
Exactly.
It just it
I
sucks,
don't know why
man,
you
'cause-
doubted me, sir. I mean, that was the public opinion. Practically everyone burned that game down to the ground, unless you were just like ultra devoted to it.
Is there anyone that's ultra devoted to that game?
There used to be until like I think the battle royale came out, and then I think kind of when that phase went away in that game, the player base just never recovered. And yes, the game did have a battle royale. It didn't last that long.
I was about to say, what did you just say?
It was part of that whole fucking Fortnite trend when every game needed a battle royale.
Fallout 76 had a battle royale. What? What?
Right. I'm so glad we're past that phase. That was just kind of a dark side. That should have never happened.
Oh yeah, here it is. I just looked it up on the Fallout wiki. Nuclear Winter was a 52-player battle royale game mode in Fallout 76.
Yep.
Why? Why?
Cause money, sir.
Oh my god. Yeah, I guess that was at the peak of battle royale games. Like Fortnite was absolutely massive at that time in 2019.
I think also that year, I think Battlefield 5 also introduced the battle royale, but that didn't last either. That just died that year.
I feel like all battle royales have kind of died out, with the exception of like Fortnite still and Apex. Yeah, I feel like there's no other games that can compete or are even like there. I mean, what PUBG is there, but is PUBG like
I don't know if you heard that there was like some rumors that I guess Microsoft's kind of forcing Bethesda to make a new Fallout game to catch for the just to latch onto the hype that's been going on.
Really?
Yeah. And well, I think their hands are a bit tied because they're also working on that Skyrim game or Elder Scrolls. I mean that new Elder Scrolls. What is it? 6? Something like that. I don't know.
I think it's
numbers.
6. I think it's 6. I want to say it's 6.
Yeah. Anyways, they're going to be working on that, and that says that's game good. That's game is going to take forever. I know it is. And when it comes out, it's going to be really buggy. Mark my words.
I feel like Bethesda has something up their sleeve because QuakeCon just got re-announced.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's for this August.
I mean, hopefully we got something Fallout related, but
So
I'm keeping my hopes down because they're not that big to handle 2 projects yet. So
yeah, I'm just wondering what they're gonna roll out at QuakeCon, if they're gonna roll out anything.
It's probably gonna be other games. Maybe a sneak peek at the early development for Skyrim for that new Elder Scrolls, or hell, who knows? Maybe we could see whatever the Doom team is working on.
Yeah. Well, I know that it's rumored that the Elder Scrolls, the new one, it's Elder Scrolls 6, was supposedly coming out in early 2026. So maybe they'll tease some mini gameplay trailer that they have so far as of right now.
I don't know, because they just literally finished not that long ago. They finished a Starfield.
Oh, that's right. That was a great game as well.
Funny you say that, because it's kind of mixed on Steam.
Really, it's got mixed opinions.
Yeah, the end game is just fucking just non-existent. Might as well not be an end game.
Oh no! Once you finish the game, there's absolutely nothing to do. I've uninstalled it.
Yeah. Plus, I think people figured out that the game is just repetitive. It just has you do the exact same missions over, and over and over. I think people woke up to that. It just was like, you know what, this game is boring. Downvote.
Yeah, it is very repetitive, but I think I fell in love with just the look and feel of the game itself. I don't know, it just felt different from like a lot of other games I played. I saw a video of I can't remember what the YouTuber was, but he kind of gave it like a side-by-side comparison to Monster Hunter.
Oh, really?
Like and
I mean, I wouldn't compare the two, but that's just me, because like Monster Hunter is all about fighting bosses.
Well, he was comparing more of like the way the game played and felt, and he said it kind of felt like the way it played out was very similar to Monster Hunter, and I can kind of see it, but I feel like Monster Hunter 1,000 times better than Starfield is.
Oh no, yeah, of course.
Oh, Monster Hunter is a great game too. Oh, I just hope Bethesda does something, man, because I tried giving Fallout 76 a try, man, and it's just.
Well, I think maybe that they might license out Fallout from what I've been hearing on Twitter, but I'm just not too sure. Last time they did that, they didn't really like how it ended up with Fallout 76.
Was there another developer that came in to help develop 76?
Well, the primary one was Obsidian. They're the ones that made KOTOR 2 and a few other games. Oh wait, you played Grounded, right? You know that I Shrunk the Kids game. Yeah. They made that one.
They came in and helped on Fallout 76.
Yeah, this was back in previous 360 days. Well, they didn't help out. They were the ones that made it.
Jesus.
Oh, no, man. Not Fallout 76. I mean, New Vegas. They're the ones that made it. So basically, Bethesda licensed it out to them, and they were the ones that made it, but they didn't like it, and basically those developers were just cut off from Bethesda.
I just don't understand how you go from a game like Fallout 4, where, I mean, the mods in that game are absolutely endless. So there is never an end to that game. I can go back right now. I've beaten the game I don't know how many different times. Different endings, done everything. And just with addition of different mods, making the game different every single time you play the story. Like that was peak when I was like in high school. That was amazing. And then you go to like, for me being fresh to Fallout 76, I'm like, what is this game? Like the mods aren't like they're not user friendly at all. And they kind of just suck. And for some of them, they're like, you got to pay.
Oh no, yeah. Well, technically, they aren't even mods at all at that point. They're just paid DLC.
Yeah, it's literally all it is. Yeah, exactly. Because I was talking to a buddy of mine. I was like, hey, because he's played Fallout 76 and he absolutely despises the game. He reminds me of a Destiny 2 player. They absolutely hate the game, but they still play it every day.
You know what? That's actually perfect to describe them.
Yeah, he was.
I've actually seen the Destiny community, and that is so perfect. I never thought about that.
I mean, I used to play Destiny 2 absolutely every day of my life in 2018, 19, 20, and 21, and I kind of got to the point where I was like, man, Destiny is just they just rush to roll things out, but there's still people I know that I played with back in 2020 that still play this game to this day and are averaging like 200 hours every 2 weeks on this game, man. And it's crazy. God. But yeah, I had a buddy that played Fallout 76. And I was like, hey, what do I need to do? And he's Like, well, honestly, he's like, if you want to have fun in this game, he told me I had to buy the DLC, dude. He's like, honestly, he's like, outside from just the normal storyline, that's just really boring. He's like, there's, oh man, what's that DLC called?
Which one?
The latest one that they just came out with.
I got no clue. I haven't touched a game in a while.
Oh man, which one was it?
Hold on, let me check right now. I think if you go to Steam, it'll tell you. Yeah, but I don't know. I heard that those expansions aren't really like doing much for the fans now.
No, they don't really do anything. Okay, it was the uh it
Heyo,
says
Retro! Nice to see you, my dude.
man, I can't remember which. Oh, let me see. Oh, it was the Atlantic City DLC that just came out.
Was it?
Yeah.
I don't know because I see something here that's called Inside the Vault Skyline Valley. It could be wrong, but I don't know.
Maybe he was telling me to download. Yeah, it was the Atlantic City Boardwalk Paradise. It came with Atlantic City and Boardwalk Paradise, which was the DLC for it. And he was saying, he's like, honestly, that's like the only thing that's actually like kind of fun to do in this game, but everything else kind of just suck. And after that, when I was like, I didn't want to pay for another DLC for Fallout, and I was like, yeah, I think this is where I end my road and give up on 76 and just go back to 4, and that's exactly what I did. I mean, I think my wife wanted to get into either New Vegas or 4. I'm debating on which one I should start her out with because I feel like 4 is just the best Fallout game.
Just start her out with 4. That's practically the easiest one.
I feel like it's a lot easier, and the mods in that game, man, it's just, oh my god, the mods in Fallout 4 are just so fun. And I think Fallout 4, in my opinion, I think Fallout 4 is the best Fallout game they came out with.
You know what you need to do? You need to go back to play the original too. Just saying. I think you're missing out on those ones.
Yeah, I never played Fallout 1 and 2.
They're very different. Like, and when I say different, I mean way different. Like it's almost like, wait, this was Fallout? What?
Does it still follow the same like storyline and all that? Everything's kind of similar.
Yeah. Well, those are what started the franchise, so they have to.
Man, yeah, I'm gonna have to give it. Man, when did those games come out?
1990 something. I think 97,
Jeez.
96, somewhere around there. But yeah, they're isometric, so like it's a top-down view, and but it gives you a lot of stuff, to explore.
Oh man, yeah, Fallout 1 came out in 1997.
Like here's a spoiler. Well, I don't know if it counts as a spoiler, but well, I don't know. Do you care to be spoiled for Fallout 1?
No, I'll probably end up going and playing it. But
all right, well,
I'm not
okay.
Won't be too mad about it.
So that group in the show, the group of rich people, they're in Fallout 1.
The group of rich people. Are you talking about like all the business owners?
Yeah, the little group that they formed. I forgot what it was called. But they're in Fallout 1, and you could actually meet with them and talk to this like pissed off guard who threatens you.
Oh wow!
You should watch those interactions. They are so funny.
I'm gonna have to go back. What came out? What did Fallout 1 come out on? Was there any console that it came out on, or was it just a straight like a Windows game?
I think it was just like PC and Xbox at the time.
Oh yeah, man. I'm gonna have to indulge in that. Fallout 1. What did you think about the show?
What I think about the show?
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved it. I will downright
I,
say that that's probably been the best. That's probably the best like gaming to like television media that we've had so far. I think it beats out Last of Us.
oh, I think it blows Last of Us into the water. And honestly, I'd
Because
put
my problem with Last of Us is that it followed the game down to a T, so you didn't really get much outside of that. With this,
yeah,
it's a whole different experience.
yeah, and that's what I noticed too. Is the Last of Us show was literally the exact same thing as the game, and I read a lot of people on Twitter talking about how some people didn't play the game, so they're like, oh, they went back and played the game. They're like, this is the exact same thing as the game. Like, I've already
Practically.
played. Yeah, I've played this, but I watched someone play it for me. Is what somebody said on Twitter. He's like, I don't, he's like, I think he ended up refunding the game because he just didn't see any point to it.
Although, you know what?
And
I'm actually gonna say this because this wasn't actually a good show. Twisted Metal was actually surprising. It's
really,
it's really funny. I'm not even
I
gonna
don't
lie.
think I think I watched the first episode and I just I couldn't. I don't know.
You have to get past the first 2 episodes, then it starts getting good.
That was a really fun game back in the day too. Twisted Metal was really fun.
You know what? You know what's funny? I never actually played the games because that was beyond me. I didn't have a PS1, so I didn't have those games.
I remember playing it with my brother and being a little munchkin playing that game on the PS1. And oh man, that is a nostalgia trip. I might have to give this show a chance because Fallout really, man, Fallout. Oh man, me and my wife sat down and I was like, "You want to watch the show?" And she's like, "What is it about?" And I kind of like broke it down to her from like the video game perspective, and man, it just hook, line, and sinkered us in. We watched the first episode and
I got
the next day.
what was her reaction to all the fucking like gore, like all like like those kills where like people's limbs would be fucking exploded off.
Oh, she thought it was amazing. I mean, she's a really big horror fan, and like she likes horror movies and like gore movies, so she fell right like immediately in love. I swear, we watched the first episode one night, and then the next morning she goes, "You want to watch Fallout?" I was like, "Sure." And we binge watched the entire season in 2 days,
I
and
I wanted to stop myself from binge watching it because I didn't want to like kill the experience right away because I wouldn't have anything to watch, but I just couldn't help myself.
Oh, that's exactly what I did. And we talked about yesterday or the day before. I was like, I think we're gonna go back and rewatch it again, man. Because God, it's just, oh man, from the like just the comedy and the like action in it. I feel like there's not like with the one thing that gets me because I'm not a big TV show man. Like I can't sit and watch a lot of shows. There's a few shows that I can truly say I love and I can sit and rewatch over and over and over. But a lot of shows they kind of like there's so much filler in them, and I feel like with Fallout there wasn't like a lot of filler. There was a little bit in some of the episodes, but for the most part, I feel like it was just super action packed, and there was something going on at all times.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I think my favorite part for if anyone watched this and hasn't watched the show, I'm sorry, but spoiler alert, ding ding ding. The ghoul, man, the way he flipped at the end was, oh my god, that was like I think the greatest like little...
I kind of saw it coming because to be honest, they play when you look at when you look at his past, they kind of show him off like he's a pretty good person, so hard to see him be completely terrible. Like, although I guess that's kind of what being in the Fallout world does to you, like over time.
Well, and that's what I thought because like they go back in time and show him and being an actor and doing all that stuff for Vault-Tec and him just being a super like down to earth guy, and I was like, man, did the Wasteland just get to him this bad, or he's just a bounty hunter that's just a ghoul. First of all, he's on an IV buried in the ground so he can stay alive.
Wait, is that what was it though? That was a coffin.
Well, he was in a coffin, but did you not see the IV line he had of those man, what was that stuff he was drinking?
Oh, It wasn't Radaway. Can't remember.
I think it might have been Radaway.
No, because that wasn't for radiation. Because he was already ghoul, so you can't really. Once they're a ghoul, they're just full of radiation practically. I forgot, but it was something. It was something to slow down his like turning into a feral ghoul practically.
Oh, someone in the Fallout wiki lore, they're saying it's called a gamma gulp beer. That is something specific.
Heard of that?
Yeah, I've never heard of that either. But yeah, no, he had an IV, and it was going into his coffin, so it was like a drip. It was dripping into his body, so he wouldn't die.
Well, that is interesting. I didn't pay attention to that effect.
Yeah, when those first three guys came to get him out because they wanted to get the bounty. Yeah, he had a little IV right there running into his body. That's why he was still alive.
Huh. Oh, now I'm gonna go back and rewatch that.
Yeah, I thought that was cool, and yeah, then once the episodes went on, then you get to the end. He does that huge plot twist, and you realize like he's literally on a mission for one thing. And he just wants his family back. I was like, oh man, season 2 is gonna be killer.
You know what's funny? Every Fallout game from Fallout 3 to Fallout 4 has something related to family that you have to go out and find. For Fallout 3, it was finding your dad. For Fallout 4, it was finding your son. And for the Fallout show, it was finding your family.
Yeah, I guess it's all tied into family. They're like they sound like Vin Diesel right now.
Family.
But no, I think Fallout's in a great spot for. I mean, granted, I'm not a big fan of Bethesda, but the Fallout show did great for Fallout community and bringing a lot more people back into the game. So kudos to them for that. Kudos to them, but.
I guess you want to move on to the sports games.
Oh yeah, I definitely want to talk about the sports games because man, oh man, is my opinion in life of involving sports games just really coming to a hard hitting end.
It's funny you say that, and I actually picked up what's it called, the FIFA, that not FIFA anymore, but it's EAFC 24.
Yep.
I picked that up this year. I know I should be ashamed of myself, but like, since I've been rewatching MLS games, I've kind of gone back into the FIFA games. So yeah.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I played FC 24 often. I have a lot of hours in that game. I play Ultimate Team. I have Madden, the newest Madden 24. I have NBA 24, NHL 24, and then they just came out with the tennis game. I think it came out already. But, I mean, I've been playing these sports games, oh man, since I was a little kid. I mean, every year, just buying the newest Madden that came out, or the newest FIFA, or, the newest NBA. And it's been the same conversation for years and years. It's just a copy and paste of the games, and there's nothing different to them. Like, if you look at the ratings for all the sports games on Steam, they are severely low.
Oh, no, yeah, for sure.
and it's all the same thing. They just keep saying, like, it's just a copy and paste.
Well, for NBA, they also do the cardinal sin of selling you any customization options you want for your character.
Oh, yeah. And that's where the NBA games struggle because as much as I want, I hate EA as well. Or I don't hate EA, but I dislike what they do with their microtransactions. 2K, the 2K series is the exact same thing, man. It's all microtransactions. Like, oh, you want to, if you're playing NBA, most people want to make their own character. They want to do the my player and my career.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, well, you want to upgrade your player. Well, it's behind a money wall, or else you're gonna have to put hundreds of hours into that game to get your my player to an overall that's actually okay to play with. But that takes hundreds of hours to do. So what do most people do is just buy their virtual currency in the game and upgrade their character that way. And with this last year with 2K24, they changed the prices of them. Or they didn't really change the price of the virtual currency, but they made it to where when you upgrade your character, it costs more virtual currency than it did years past. So I remember in high school, I was playing NBA 2K16. And I remember I was like, man, I grinded it out, and I had one character that I had gotten to a 90 overall. I probably had like 300-400 hours on that game, just on one character. And I was like, I don't want to go through this again. I want to make another one. So I ended up just buying money, and I think I spent $100, and I got, without playing the game and just putting the virtual currency and upgrading him, I think I got him to like an 88 overall instantly. And with the newest 2Ks, with 2K24, 23, and 22, it costs you about $300 to $400 to get your character to an 85.
Jesus.
And yeah, it's just, oh man, and
It's like
the bad thing.
It's like, you have money, give it to us.
Oh yeah, it's so bad, man. And I mean, the sports games, they're all just like, I mean, right now I just pulled up the NBA 2K24, and I'm looking at the reviews, and everything is mostly negative. There is not anything above, like everything just thumbs down. Everything is thumbs down.
What? You know what's kind of funny? Like when you say that is like, I think the same thing's happening with the racing games right now, especially with what's called with that new Need for Speed game that EA released, because everyone's kind of catching on that like those cars are like just like the same cars that are just like ported to the new release for every year. And I think the most common one of that trend is what's it called, Forza. And
oh yeah, I was waiting for you to say that.
yeah, so basically what happened recently was, I guess people caught on that they were reusing the same maps that were made in previous games, and the car textures for the cars too that they were porting over. Let's just say that they looked really terrible in first person when you like looked inside the car, because they still had the same textures. They didn't replace them.
Yeah, like yeah, when it comes down to racing games, because I played Forza Horizon 4, and then I gave 5 a chance because I played the living crap out of 4, because that was like the first racing game I got back into, and it just it kind of just gets to a point where there's nothing to do anymore. Like there's no end game, and I spent hours and hours and hours on that game, and then I get on 5 and I was like, this is the exact same thing again. Like same cars with the exception of, I don't know, maybe they added 20 more cars into the game that weren't already in there, but the same cars from the one before. Instead of being in England as you were in Horizon 4, you're in Baja California for 5. Oh, okay, cool. But it was the same thing. Like, I tried to give 5 an opportunity just because I loved 4 so much, but with games like that, like I feel like it's racing games.
I think the issue with these sport franchises is that like they want to milk you for the most money and like make the games as cheap as possible. So with that, we just don't get any more innovation. Like this has always been my problem. Like, because since I grew up with the PS2, and one of the games that I played was with Anthony was what's it called, Midnight Club. That game was innovative. But I never played the previous games. But if you go back to it, you see the innovation. From each game they add slightly more cars and way more customization to it. And not only that, but they also expand the maps like 3 times.
Oh man, Midnight Club was way ahead of its time. I played Midnight Club LA with my brothers a lot, and nothing was behind a paywall. It's just you just play, and it gives you stuff like, oh hey, you finally unlocked this car because you played 20 races. It's like, oh sweet, this car's kick ass. And then boom, then you play with that car for a few more races, and then you just start unlocking different customization options like lights under the car, or like your car, like the tires burn a different color and stuff like that. Oh, that was pure. That
Yeah.
was fun.
Now if you get something like that nowadays, they'll try to sell you that individually and have you buy microtransactions for that.
Oh, 100%, 100%. It's like, oh, hey, you want this new car? Oh, well, it's coming in a DLC that you got to buy. Oh, but wait, there's more. Oh, you want the car to look cool? Okay, that's a separate thing you have to buy for $5.99. That'll make the car look cool. I just everything nowadays is behind paywalls, and I feel like that's where all these sports games and racing games. Granted, there's diehard fans that are still going to play the games.
Oh yeah, there's always gonna be diehard fans, but the problem is they can't grow any more fans.
And the one thing that kind of bothers me because Forza has it. I'm not too sure about Need for Speed because I haven't played Need for Speed in a long time because I've been a Microsoft guy. But with Forza and all these sports games, you have kids that watch YouTubers and kids that watch Twitch streamers, and they're just opening packs. It's just sitting there opening packs after packs after packs after packs for whether it be for like the FIFA games and NBA and
They also
Madden.
have packs and Forza do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, they have the wheel spins in Forza, and that's what I'm saying is that's all like kids watch, and that's all kids want to do is I just watched a YouTuber pull an epic car in Forza off of a wheel spin, and like he only bought 5 wheel spins. Well, there goes that person or that kid spending $100 on the wheel spins and not getting anything, and he's gonna keep doing the same thing over and over. And oh man, it's just
a little bit off topic, but I actually was listening to the radio not that long ago where they were telling a story about like how this girl, I guess, like got access to her mom's credit card and plays Roblox, right? So I guess she spent over $2,000 for Roblox money to buy shit. And
Jesus.
And once she bought the shit, they couldn't return. They couldn't give the mom a full refund. But the girl managed to keep. I guess the kid managed to keep the all the items she bought in Roblox.
Yeah, see, it's stuff like that. Like, and I feel like the sports games are the worst at it because
because they just market for kids. That's why they that's why they sell like stuff like FIFA packs and all that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because I play Ultimate Team on FIFA, and it is possible because on the current FC24 and then FIFA 23, I did a straight no money spent teams, like where I didn't spend a single dime on the teams, and just did the challenges and open packs. So it's possible. It is a grind and a half.
Yes,
but it's possible to do it. But 99% of the time, most people aren't going to do that. They're going to get reeled in by watching a YouTuber or some Twitch streamer. And I don't know if it's just me, but a lot of people in the sports game community think that the streamers, and everyone says it's streamer luck. Like, they feel that the developers...
You know what's funny about that? I'm thinking you know that I play Yu-Gi-Oh, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the card pack openings in that game, I swear to God, every streamer I watch, they get lucky. When I open something, nothing. Literal shit.
And dude, that's exactly how I am on FC. And like I don't spend money on packs, but I would save all my packs up that I'd get like doing the challenges and just doing other stuff in FC24. And then I'd wait for the new promotions to come out. So like at the end of the week, they'd have like the team of the week, or they had the winter wild cards in January, and then the team of the year stuff. I would wait and save packs after packs. There was one time last year in FIFA 23 where I had 200 packs saved for the team of the year cards, which are like the best cards that they could come out with.
Jesus.
I didn't get a single one. Not one, dude. I opened so many packs and I didn't get anything. And then guess what? I go on YouTube and Twitch and I'm watching some streamer and he's just pulling these team of the year cards left and right, man. It's just, I was like, man, I was like, I didn't spend a single dime and I didn't get anything, but I just feel like that it's hidden behind the paywall. Well, you want these cards, pay the money and open the packs, which is not even giving you a great probability for it, but it's the gambling aspect of it. And I think, oh man, I just don't think these sports games are going to last much longer with that.
No, yeah, I definitely see a crash coming for those games because like hardly hardly anybody's really going to them except the same people, and they're just not doing anything much to be different. Like this year's FIFA was the same as last year's FIFA. And what's funny is a lot of the players caught on because what they did, I guess, was like analyze some of the environments that they have for like the stadiums, and the stadiums were the exact same from the last year's games.
Oh, it's a copy and paste
Yeah,
every time.
basically. And people are getting sick of it. Like I could genuinely see like the anger people have with this.
Yeah, because nothing changes, and that's what like it sucks because yeah, FIFA 23 was the exact same thing because I played everything in FIFA 23. I did a player career, manager career, and ultimate team, and I did the same thing in FC 24, and nothing's different. Nothing changed at all. It's the same UI, like in career mode when I'm selling a player or I'm trying to buy a player. It's the same exact UI that 23 had, that 24 has. Nothing's different. It's the same little dumb messages you get from players when they're mad that you're not playing them or whatever. It's the same thing it was in 23 as it is in 24. And like I don't know if I'm going to buy the next FIFA. I might just get reeled in, but I just feel like everything's the same. And I mean, going to the Madden community, I played Madden a little bit for 24, and man, that game is just, when it comes to multiplayer in that game, it is absolutely terrible. I mean,
is it just dead? No, like hardly anyone plays it.
There's people that play it, but it's just so buggy, man. Like, there's a game mode that they have in Madden 24 that was in Madden 23 as well, but in 24 they just changed the name. They called it the Yard, where you make your own player, and it's 3 versus 3. In Madden 23, it was 4 versus 4. No difference. But in Madden 24, like, oh man, like, I just load into my lobby, I invite a friend, and then boom, it kicks me back to the main menu. It's just like, oh, you encountered an error. I would encounter an error every time I would try to get into the lobby. It was like lucky if you get into a game, because it was just massively buggy all the time. And it was the same way in Madden 23, and they pretty much just copy and pasted the same game over, which is what, if you watch anyone in the community, for the Madden community and NBA community, they say the same thing. It's the exact same game. EA put no effort into the game. They pretty much just copy and pasted the same thing over and just added the new players or whatever the case may be. Very minor details. But I saw one. I don't know if it was something that you reposted on Twitter or I can't remember, but on Madden 24 at one of the, I can't remember what team stadium it was, but some guy was playing a game and he went into like the replay mode and he just like hovered the camera out, and right next to the stadium he was playing at was the practice field for Madden.
Didn't even bother getting rid of it.
No, he just zoomed the camera out and you can see it right there. Boom. And he's like, what? He's like, what is this, guys? Like, did you guys not even care to try to get this out of here? Just because literally, it's not like hidden. Like, you literally just zoom the camera out, really, like, just like not even like way out, but like halfway out, and boom, you just see the practice stadium right there. And he's like, come on, guys, like, did somebody just mess up and forget to delete it, or are we just being lazy here?
Jeez. Yeah, these sports games are just getting lazier and lazier each year. And I think the worst part too is like, it's just like modern gaming now is just like releasing games with full of bugs. So they're just broken games that just upset people. And with the copy and paste stuff, it's just like it's the same and it's broken. Great.
Yeah, it's oh man, it's so bad. Especially that sports games are the worst with that. With copy and paste, and yeah. I do feel like sports games are on the decline big time because of that. because the older generation, like people our age, that have been playing the sports games their entire life, it's not the same anymore. Like it's just there's nothing different. They add in like minor little things, but it's nothing for me. It's nothing crazy enough to get me to want to buy the game again.
Yeah.
I'll buy it. Like the only reason I was playing Madden was because it came out on the Game Pass for free, and so did 2K. So I was like, oh, I don't gotta pay for it. So sweet, I'll play them because they're free. I pre-ordered EAFC, and I mean, I think it's just because I'm a massive soccer fan, but I don't know if I can do it again. And I just sports games I think they're gonna die out here very soon, and unless they do something drastic to change something, but I don't know what you can do. I don't
think they're gonna die like within like this year or like next year, probably like within the next 5 years, probably. I think they have left.
What could you do to save a sports game? Because you can't do anything different, though. You can't like really blame them for copy and pasting it.
Yeah.
Because it's the same thing. Like what difference can they do? Soccer's always going to be soccer, football's always going to be football, and basketball's always going to be basketball.
I don't really hear much controversy when it comes to the MLB franchise. I think they're pretty good at what they do.
Oh yeah, that's why I never brought them up, because the MLB franchise is massive when it comes to that. I played last year's MLB and I played this year's, and I mean, from the minor details from the UI on the main menu, completely different game. It's not the same. Like you wouldn't be able to tell it's the same game because they're the whole user interface is completely different on both of the MLB franchise games, on the MLB The Show 23 and 24.
Yeah.
Granted, it's still the same baseball game, but everything's different. And the one thing I do like about MLB is because they also have their similar fashion to Ultimate Team. Every day for just getting on the game, they give you a free card just for logging on. Every day, it's a different. I think it's a different card for everybody, but just for getting on the game, they're like, here's a free gift. Or
ain't that a swell thing of them to do?
I mean, for a sports game, that's a lot, because
I know,
they can
that's pretty fucking generous when they could just sell it to you.
Yeah, then they can just reel you in and tell you to get it from a pack. So yeah, I think the MLB franchise is good because there was a big spell of time where there wasn't an MLB game.
Yeah.
So, I think within the last 3 years, it's been the first for a long time. Because do you know who owned the last MLB franchise before this new one?
Well, it's not new. Sony's owned it for since the PS2 days. But 2K had the other baseball
2K.
license.
Yep, 2K. And
they just kind of gave up on it, though.
Yeah. Well, and the only other thing was the show franchise is PlayStation exclusive. It was for I think until 3 years ago, and then 2K just, I don't even know what they did with the MLB game, dude. They just dusted their hands and I don't know. They just kind of gave up.
I think the last one that I looked up was 2012, 2011, something around there. Yeah. They just didn't give a fuck about that. You know what sucks too? You know what sucks too? 2K had a rival for basketball, and that was EA, and they just dusted their hands off of that franchise. That EA NBA one.
Oh yeah, the NBA Live. I think there was 2 years of it, dude. And I think they realized that they just didn't they didn't have it in them. But yeah,
it's kind of interesting seeing where we are with sports games, because when you actually look back at the older generations of consoles, there were so many sports games made by so many different developers, and now they're just two, EA and Take-Two, practically.
Yeah, it's so little, which is why I
think if we had competition, then that would push these developers to push for better games.
Well, I think EA tried to do it with NBA Live, and they shot themselves in the foot.
Theirs just wasn't good. I think that was just the tragedy of that.
Well, yeah, like I think with me being such a sports guy and playing those sports games, I've kind of looked more towards because I do like the single player aspect of it. Like, yeah, I like playing Ultimate Team and playing online, but there's people that their full time job is playing those games. So it kind
Somehow.
of pushed me. Yeah, it pushed me away to just do the single player mode. And for me, being a person that never really played single player games my entire life, like I never really played a lot of RPGs. Fallout was one of the games. I can't tell you another one that I played. I mean, I played like Oblivion and stuff like that, but there's not like a lot of single player games that have really caught my attention. But there's a lot of stuff that's coming out soon that I really want to get into. And I'm not sure if you obviously you probably do know, but the director's cut of Ghost of Tsushima, that I really want to get that game, man.
Oh, with the DLC? Yeah, that one's good.
Yeah, it it, that looks super fun, man, and it looks like it's gonna add.
Have you seen the new Hulu show, Ronin?
No, I have not.
After watching that show, I've kind of wanted to go back to Ghost of Tsushima. Not gonna lie.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it kind of similar?
Basically, yeah, because it takes place in that ancient kind of like Japanese samurai period. So yeah.
Mm. Wow, I'm gonna have to give that a watch. But yeah, man, I mean, yeah, I've been playing Ghost of Tsushima a lot lately too, because I don't know, something reeled me back in. I think I watched a TikTok.
Yeah,
and
but I think the days of like these sports games will come to an end, and yeah, there's just not gonna be a future for them too long unless like there's more competition. I think the only competition for like FIFA is probably what's it called, FIFA Football Manager, but that's just like in its own lane.
Yeah, I don't even know how like what would that game be? What's the genre?
Konami had a soccer game too. It was called PES.
I do
They
remember that.
they gave up on that like 2 years ago.
Yeah, Football Manager is very popular too, though. But it's not.
It's just
It's not
different.
like. Yeah, it's just all like. Oh man,
I
there's no.
I just don't know about like the basketball and Madden games though. Like I think there's gonna be like other competitors for soccer because like that's just like a big like sports. It's big in the world, so that's always gonna have different developers trying to like make a new one. But like for the Maddens in the NBA, I don't think there's gonna be much competition.
Yeah, no. I mean, they tried, and it's just nothing. Nothing changed when they tried.
Yeah.
But I remember when EAFC was coming out. FIFA wanted to come out with their own soccer game because EA ended their license with FIFA, which is why it's called FC now. And I remember that was a big topic of discussion. Was there was like lots of rumors that FIFA was going to come out with their game with 2K. That's who it was. FIFA was going to partner with 2K, and we were going to get a 2K FIFA 2K. And I remember seeing so much stuff about it. Like people were like releasing like, "Oh, this is going to be in the game. This is going to be in the game," and it never came to.
That was just hopium. I didn't believe any of those rumors.
I mean, I thought it would have been cool because, I mean, it would have been
it would have, but the problem is, EA practically has created a juggernaut that they didn't need the FIFA name anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. Sports games need something. They need to do something new, like refreshing. Because there's not really much.
I don't know if you ever played NBA Jam, but we need to go back to those type of games.
Oh man, yeah, we do need those type of games, man.
Just the goofy, funny sports games that were made back in the day. We need those back, man.
Or I mean, even just adding something like that to the games they're coming out with themselves would
that'd be interesting, actually. That'd be really interesting.
It's like okay, like with the new NBA, it's like, oh yeah, we have your normal NBA, and then you could also play the game mode of the Jam, which is the exact same game, but it's just a different game mode. I think that brings a whole different community of people that want to play that specifically want to play that, not just NBA and play my career. It's like, oh well, let's just hang out and play, over the top basketball where it's completely
Yeah.
ridiculous,
Yeah.
but it's fun.
I think that's just what these games are missing. They're just missing that fun factor.
Everything's so competitive.
Yeah.
It's all competitive.
Yeah. I think that's although I think that's just like another topic we could get into.
Yeah, that's a whole different world.
Yeah. I guess we got through all the topics we wanted to get through though.
Yeah, I'd say it was a job well done.
Yeah. Well, it's been a good show, my dude, and thank you for pushing me to make this show again. Bring it back from the dead.
Yeah, it's the revival.
Or as someone said on Twitter, no longer extinct.
Exactly. That's a great way to put it.
Yeah, I love that response. Yeah, but yeah, I'm down to do more episodes like this in the future, and I'm definitely not going to be going back to the gaming news because that was just draining. I just do not want to go back to that.
Yeah. Gaming news is something that's a whole different entity and demon in itself.
Yeah. Well, it's been a pleasure, and for those watching, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Extinction Level Gaming. Hope you guys tune in for whenever we do the next episode. And peace.
Peace.